There are still places left in the world that feel untouched, where time slows, the air is clean, and every cast is into a river that still holds its wild nature. This is Bisharoff Rapids Camp, tucked deep in the heart of Alaska's wilderness, where the second largest lake in Alaska stretches to the horizon, and the only way in is by float plane. Out here, there are no roads, no towns, just the steady hum of the wild and the people who choose to live within it.
Hey, I'm Dave Bandage, owner of Bisharoff Rapids Camp here on the Igigik River outside of the Bisharoff Wildlife Refuge. We've been here for about 25 years. We built everything here. This is a native allotment and we're encircled inside a wildlife refuge. So we'll have no neighbors on this side of the river ever. So we have bears, wolves, lots of ptarmigan, and we have caribou. I mean, what we see here, because we're in a wildlife refuge, we're outnumbered by the species of wildlife here in the refuge. So it's remote. If you like a remote trip, that's part of this whole ecosystem, what we're doing here. A lot of people like to go where they can drive afterwards, and we're going to go to Kmart, or we're going to go to... Here, when you come in, you are totally remote. You're not walking out of here.
You can lose kind of the respect for it, but we're in the wilderness here. We're in the middle of nowhere, and we have really good food and showers and bunks for you to sleep in, but this is a remote, fishing camp, and we have a ton of fun here. We have a great crew here, really fun guides, and the fishing can just be off the walls.
Every year, millions of salmon return to their place of birth, fighting their way from the Bering Sea through Igigik Bay and into the waters of Bisharoff Lake. It's the largest natural salmon migration left on Earth, a cycle that's repeated for thousands of years, untouched by development, and still wild at its core.
We fish about 3 miles of river just outside saltwater. Saltwater comes up about 28 miles, the lake is 32. So we're fishing from the lake down about 4 or 5 miles. So all these fish have sea lice still on them, like they're coming out of the ocean, but yet alone you're just fishing a section of river on a migration. So that's every day is a different number, different fish. What we catch tomorrow is in the Bering Sea today.
My first day guiding, I didn't have my 6-pack license, so I was just getting dropped off by Dave. And he took me out there and he stayed there to see how I'd do, because it's my first day, And I had 6 guys, and we caught 30 coho in 2.5 hours. And it was insane, and they were bass fishermen, and so they were trying to just yank the coho in. Well, these are ocean running coho. I mean, they're somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds at least, and they're just breaking leaders left and right, and I was retying. At one point I had 5 coho in the net at one time. I mean, it was insane, and it was like the first day on the job was just crazy chaos. At that point, Dave was like, okay, he can do this. But that was my introduction to guiding at Bisharoff Rapids Camp, was just absolute insane fishing for coho that I've never seen in my life.
And it could rain 3 inches before you come here. We never lose the clarity of the river here we fish. That's a pretty unique thing when you're booking a trip out a year in advance and it rains a little bit and your river's out of shape. We never lose a day ever here because of that clarity. And then we also do a lot of flyouts to some really remote creeks from here. So we go and see a lot of the sockeyes being spawned, because it's some of the best spawning beds left in the world. So if you want to see bears, you want to see sockeye spawning, and then we catch char, rainbows, and Arctic char, and grayling behind the spawn. So same time we're catching silvers here in the river, it's sockeye spawn at the back of the lake. We actually have a number count how many fish you've caught, and then you'll get, if you caught 25 fish, you're going to get 50 fillets. We have cabins that occupy 2 people per cabin, so you get your own private cabin. and then you'll get your own guide for the week. So when you're only doing a small number per week, everybody knows everybody during the course of the week. They're switching email addresses, everybody gets to be friends because we're so small. But then the guides take you out. We start fishing about 7 in the morning, right after breakfast, and then we'll bring a shore lunch up, and we get 8 hours of fish, and we're usually done about 3:30. Gets you in time to come back to the main lodge and sit down and get something to snack, or sit down by the TV or whatever, and then dinner's ready. We serve 3 meals a day here. The food's excellent. You're not going to go away here hungry because there's always pies and cookies and everything on here. So it's more of a home base camp as a family orientation. So we're not big. We're never going to be big. But we're just to that point to where it's just enough to take care of everybody, and everybody feels like family when they come here.
This world is getting really populated, and it's hard to find a place like this where you can come and escape it all and get away from everything. And you can't just go to the gas station and get gas. We got to bring it 30 miles upriver in 55-gallon drums, you know? It's a different lifestyle. It's a different feeling. It's different friendship because of that. You go through difficult things with people and you become closer. And I think that's another reason why we have a lot of returning clients. You know, it's like anybody can go fishing with their buddy on a bright sunny day, you know, when it's all nice and warm, but you go fishing with a guy when it's blowing 60 and raining sideways, and you know, it's a whole nother level of friendship right there. And it's just, when you do catch fish on days like that, it's just extreme and it's so much fun. And you come back in and you take a hot shower and you eat some of Nancy's good cooking in there, and you still gain weight even though you're out there burning that many calories. It's awesome. So yeah, I honestly, this place has a really special place in my heart. Honestly, I just can't talk it up enough just because I love it so much.
In a world that moves too fast, this place still runs on nature's time. Patience, raw, and real. And for those who make the journey, it's not just the fish they find, it's what the wild gives back.